Keyword war. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're picking up our work on H490 with, we've got amendment draft 1.2. And Tucker, would you please take us through the changes?
Good afternoon again, Tucker Anderson, Legislative Counsel. I have three things to report with respect to draft 1.2. First is that the only thing that has changed from draft 1.1 is correcting numbering for the instances of amendments, so it would be numerically correct. The second is that the two spelling corrections and the missing period can and will be addressed as the bill is printed in its official and unofficial versions. It does not need to be addressed here because they are manifest errors that we can correct in the council and the House Clerk's office. The third is that the term for when a slash conjoins two terms such as and, slash, or. The slash means or, and in Roman times and now it is called a virgule.
Yes.
Virgules are not used in the Vermont statutes annotated. There are very few exceptions. Most of them are in charters because there was a time when charters were codified through a statutory revision process in the 90s. So that's how the virgule has persisted in a few charters, but it did not persist in the Lyndon-Lyndonville merger materials that you have in front of you. So now you have zeptosecond and virgule, all thanks to the merger of these two municipalities.
Spelling of virgule.
Vergule.
I think it's VIR because I just Googled it.
Tucker, you're going to put that in your book about municipal charters and that you're writing, right? Okay.
Virgule.
Okay. So it sounds like
Love it.
we have 8 instances of amendments. Our original one here, we need to make sure I'm clicking on the right link. And
You have 7.
right, because there was.
The 8 was the number.
Oh, yeah.
It went from 4th to 6th or something like that.
All right.
How deep are you gonna want that report? You want just the amendments
So
and a little bit of descript, how much you want?
I think if I were to advise a reporter on this particular charter bill, I would give a little history and might do 3 or 4 sentences in the style of former Representative Feltus from this morning, because I think it might help people to kind of understand context. Definitely need to talk about the vote and those other pieces that we would with other charter bills. But in terms of the description of what's in here, I would highlight some of the areas that we discussed and, do a brief description of each section, but I would not go into enormous line by line detail.
Oh God, we'd have everybody drooling in us.
I think what folks will like is a brisk summary of things. I think it might be worth pointing out that there are a number of municipal utilities, and that one of the key things that this includes, and you can basically cover a whole bunch of sections by saying, this is really about establishing that the existing municipal utility from the village is now the town utility, but it's existing municipal utility that's being pulled up into the town through this merger, because that is unusual, but it's not unique. There are multiple communities that have those municipal utilities. And we are, for a small state, we already have a bunch of utilities. So those are all things that might be interesting to people to touch on. But
Well, I'm gonna grab Marty's number on the way out here too, just in case I need to confirm.
that would be wise. So committee, any questions before we complete our work in here on this? Great. Well, I would entertain a motion to approve H490 when as amended by draft number 1.2.
So moved.
Representative Hango has made the motion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the clerk shall commence to call the roll.
Representative Barlow.
Yes.
Representative Boylan, yes. Representative Hango.
Yes.
Representative Morgan.
Yes.
Representative Cooper Burlington.
Yes.
Murphy. Representative Chase. Representative Waters Evans.
Yes.
Representative Cooper Randolph.
Yes.
Representative Nugent.
Yes.
Representative Higley.
Yes.
Representative McCarthy.
Yes.
11-0-1.
Thank you, committee, and former Representative Feltus, thank you very much for sticking with us for today. And I know we were in and out of this bill given our other work. Representative Morgan has volunteered to be the reporter of the bill. Thank you very much for that. So this,
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Probably notice Friday at this point, wouldn't it?
yeah, so here's, so I think that Ways and Means will be able to take this up quickly tomorrow.
That's right.
Because they're already kind of planning to hear it in the morning. We missed our opportunity, but they may still be able to get to it tomorrow. So I'll coordinate with the timing. But assuming that they pass it out, that it would be on notice Friday, it would advance so that it would be up for action on Tuesday. Because we're doing not one but two tokens, I think Saturday and Monday or yeah, there's something, there's at least one token in there, so it would be right up on Tuesday.
Great way to spend the weekend writing a charter.
If you need any support, you got a couple folks that you can lean on. So before we wrap our work today, we'll get out of here a little bit early but pick things up early with what I hope will be the ultimate version of S17 at 8:45. We've got a bunch of things on the docket in the morning tomorrow, and a little bit of work in the afternoon. I don't think floor is going to be long tomorrow, but that'll leave us a window where if we need to make any more changes on S17, we'll have an opportunity to get back. Anything else before we close off for today? Good work today, committee. We made a lot of progress and at least got one of these bills out. So great. Well, we'll